It does not hate that slavery happened. I'm going to say it again. America does not hate that slavery happened. I can prove this to you. What America hates is black people's testimony of its brutality.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
This lady, I talked about her, Shiloh, whatever her last name is, a horrible white lady from Minnesota. I don't care what her, Hendricks, whatever, put up a GoFundMe page talking about how her family was in distress because, you know, she went viral for calling a 5-year-old on the playground the N-word. And then when confronted by somebody with a camera recording her, she proceeded to call that person an N-word and everybody else who looked like them an N-word. And she just N-word happy. Well, a funny thing happened, and it's not so funny because we saw it with Darren Wilson, who killed Mike Brown. He raised $1 million. They're always going to be funding for Kyle Rittenhouse, raised nearly $1 million. George Zimmerman, not only did he raise money, he actually sold the gun that he used to kill Trayvon Martin at auction, and I think that went for several $100,000. This is a depraved, corrupt society, morally bankrupt. And not only because I went on the Give Go Fund, whatever, send to see, because they turned off the comments. The comments were so horrific because people were basically parroting N words and using the 88 Hitler, Heil Hitler,
They were
and
bleeping the whole thing.
Yeah. It was very telling that she was able to raise, and we're talking about $5 donations.
Right.
We're talking that. So to get to $785,000, $5 here, $10 there, a couple of 1488s just to, that 14, the 14 words of white supremacy. But I wanted you to hear this woman because it was an opposition black woman tried to get the fund to stop her from getting her money. She had this to say. I want you to hear her.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shiloh Hendricks. I wanted to take a little time to talk to you all about what's been going on with my fundraiser and kind of the aftermath of the park situation. Also, some concerns that have been brought to my attention. There are a lot of people who think that this has all been a scam, that I haven't been getting my money and that it's not going to me. I have gotten every dime of my money. It's all gone to me. Nobody has asked me for any money. So there's that. Rest assured, all the money has gone to me. I also just want to say how proud I am of everybody and just showing what can happen if we tribe up. And if we stick together and if we keep fighting back, our future, our existence depends on standing up for ourselves and not backing down. And we just have to keep on going. There's no other option. I mean, what else are we going to do? You can't be afraid of words. Don't be afraid of the people who are so fragile to a word. Again, I just want to say that I am so grateful for all of my supporters and all of my people who have been with me through all of this. And yeah, I haven't said anything on here. I haven't done any sort of videos or spoke to anybody really. So I felt like it was about time to clear the air and just kind of, keep you updated with what's going on. And yeah, so I just want to say thank you, everyone.
This bottom-feeding, knuckle-dragging troglodyte, Neanderthal, raised $750,000 being a hateful human being, not with any skill, not with any intellect, no value, no nothing of value to society. Just calling a 5-year-old an N-word several times garnered her $750,000. I haven't seen that in my, doing all the things I've done, right? Not one time. She gets to do that for being horrible. She said a couple of things. First of all, she got every dime. So $785,558 went to a woman who is horrible. She said, we have to tribe up.
Tribe
Dr.
up.
Black.
That's
Tribe up. We have to fight back. What are you fighting back against? What's the fight? The right to be horrible? That's what you're protecting? We have to stand up and not back down from fragile. So people who are so fragile.
Fragile people who are scared of words.
The park situation. No, where you were you met the wrong one because it wouldn't have been a camera. Anyway. So Dr. Black would have been a little different.
Karen, when I tell you I've been waiting to say something about this, I've literally been waiting to say something about this. The first thing is, from my understanding and from my research, this 5-year-old boy has autism. Right?
Yeah. Yep.
Ma'am, what could he possibly have taken out of your bag? What could he possibly have taken out of a diaper bag that make you call that boy the N-word? Nothing. Nothing. Now stay with me. I'm going to connect two things. Really, for all practical purposes, she was acting, and I'm just connecting stuff we talked about today. She was acting as the mistress on a plantation. Right? It all connects. And you know what it really shows me, Karen? I'm going to take a risk. This is just my view. All listeners, this is my view. America doesn't hate that slavery happened. It does not hate that slavery happened. I'm going to say it again. America does not hate that slavery happened. I can prove this to you. What America hates is black people's testimony of its brutality. Here's how you know. When Nat Turner and others were leading slave rebellions to end slavery and to get black people free, and were killing white people and a few black people are still unsure if Nat Turner killing white women and children was justifiable. Why? Because they were quote unquote innocent. Be very careful, people. Be very careful. In other words, we keep trying to figure out how in the world a person who holds anybody else in bondage can ever be innocent. I don't care how kind you are about it. A kind slave master is what you call an oxymoron.
Right. You're denying somebody their liberation in their, but I didn't beat them. I fed them.
In fact, that's what these tour guides are saying on these plantations when we go visit.
They were well fed.
That's why people can have their weddings on these plantations, because these plantations actually represent the actual birth and the maintenance of white supremacy, which people love more than they love black brutality, more than they hate black brutality. And so when this young lady, and in fact, when the brother started taping her, she didn't back down. She didn't get embarrassed. No, she called him the N-word too.
Yes.
And now, tribe, I need you.
Let's tribe up. We got to tribe up.
I love that phrase. We got to tribe up. We got to tribe. The only time you want to be a part of a tribe.
Uh-oh. Go ahead, Dr. Black. Tell us.
The only time you want to be a part of a tribe is when you think you're in war with black people. Why? Because you think you're fighting somebody in something primitive. Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you, if you think you're in war and the people you're warring against don't know that they're in war.
That's right.
So how do we navigate this? Because she's telling us something.
She is telling us something.
They're in war with us.
Absolutely.
That's what she's saying.
That's what she said. Absolutely. That's what tribe up
So if we don't think we're in war, but they're in war, so is it a war if we're not participating?
Absolutely. It's still a war. Because very much like America called this thing the Cold War, where there was no actual battle, right? But there was something to protect. See,
so let's just be clear. What she's protecting?
Absolutely, she's
her ability to call everybody black the N-word and do even worse. What is she protecting?
Protecting the freedom of white supremacy to speak whatever it wants to speak if it feels threatened by black existence,
or not threatened, because a 5-year-old is no threat to this woman.
Follow me, though. But in her
5-year-old,
black. See, and this is where black people miss the war.
That child's not a child. That child is a proxy for
right.
black bodies. Okay, I got you. All right, I had to get there.
That 5-year-old black child, it represents a black body, a black boy body. We are in war with that. We're in war with blackness. It has no age. When we're
Right.
black,
Tamir Rice is not a child.
Not a child.
Trayvon Martin's not a child.
Absolutely.
Jordan. Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Shoot him down. Absolutely. Because we're going to blink our eyes and those be grown men who come to fight us, right? So these are not children. They don't see that. And this
or date our daughters. Date our daughters, which is the most horrific thing. We got to stop that.
And I think that's profound. Meaning, come on, please. What in the world could an autistic boy do with anything in that bag? Come on, sister, you've got to be kidding me here, right? But again, they understand themselves to be at war, and they're at war for the supremacy of whiteness. Why?
So,
because you don't believe in it, and I don't believe in it.
Right.
So somebody has to maintain this.
So what's the battle strategy when people are at war with you? You're not really trying to be at war with them. Minding your happy black business, not even thinking about it. Don't even want to think about it. Want to move on, want to be happy, have joy, travel, do things, not even be confronted with this, not have to worry about my child being called the N-word or worse, a police force now being deputized to harm black bodies, because that's on the table, right?
That's right.
What's the strategy? What's the general?
Here's what I would vote for.
You're a general. Okay.
I'm a general. You know what I'd vote for? In the next, I give people about 30 days, maybe 60, in order to get, you'll see what I mean. Every black child in America in a freedom school, not public school, not private school, not charter school, a freedom school. A school that's taught by a conscious black person in our own. It could be the basement of a church, it could be in a home, but every black child in a freedom school where we're governing the curriculum. In fact, white folks don't know what we're doing, don't know what we're teaching, none of that. But in a freedom school, this is what black folks, this is what Bob Moses and others were doing in the 60s, right? And this
Radical Equations. Radical Equations. Y'all got to read that book. I'm slow reading that right now. Yes.
Absolutely. We need those freedom schools to return, because we need that institutional coverage of places where we can teach a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old black boy that you have to understand not just who you are, you have to understand who you are seen as also. You have to understand that. You must understand that. But that is not going to be taught in any public place. That has to be taught in a private place. And it's not always parents who understand that either, which is why we need freedom schools in every place in this country where black children exist.
We're ready. We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.